Hello, and this is Top for Glory, episode 228. We are, 228 episodes into Top for Glory. That's crazy to say. We are, I don't know how many subscribers we got. I know we're close to 2,000, though, so thank you for that. We are about almost a full week removed off of WrestleMania. We are about a week or two away from Best of the Super Juniors, so keep your eyes out on that. But we are about 24, 48 hours away from a AllStar event. It is not a dream Queendom, it's an AllStar Grand Queendom. But before I even keep the ball rolling, you guys already know introductions are always a must. I'm Ning B4. This is episode 228, and this is Stardom AllStar Grand Queendom predictions. So I believe I did this similar to last year, where I did predictions focused on champions. Because to me, the word All Stars and champions just go together. They just fit. So to start us off, let's get us into some high-speed action. I don't know if it's going to be high-speed, but I'm not taking any chances here. But what I do know is it's a no DQ match between former friends. And man, this is heartbreaking. It is the wild card of wrestling. It is the uncontrollable, unhinged Suzu Suzuki versus she's fast as fuck. She is the high-speed champion, May Sierra. Guys, this was crazy stars at one point. Also, I see we're starting off with 6 viewers. So welcome to Top for Glories, guys. We've only been on the air for about 3 minutes. So feel free to comment what's your favorite Queendom match. Maybe it's a tag match. Maybe it's this match itself. But welcome to Top for Glory, guys. But my heart breaks for this match. For many of you guys that know, I loved Crazy Stars pre-Neo Genesis. And I was one of the very few people that said, unaffiliated Crazy Stars might be breakout individuals and breakout stars of the year. If we're talking just purely Stardom, they did so much better than many people that were in factions. And, that was amazing to me. So when they joined Neo Genesis, when they formed Neo Genesis as alongside Starlight Kid, I was one of the people that thought, you know what? Great. Let's see where this goes. Let's get the ball rolling. But I was one of those guys that really was hoping for May and Suzu to make it to the end. But friends fight. Best friends fight. This is just what's going on. Maybe I'm in denial. Maybe I really want Crazy Stars back, even though that's probably not happening ever again. Oh, now we have 10 viewers, guys. But how I feel about this match, I hope it's for the high-speed title. I do. My only wonder is I don't want it to be the 10-minute 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere stipulations. I really hope that the high-speed title can just be I don't want to say a gimmick championship, but if you don't want to make it all these extra steps, making it 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere, 10-minute matches, just put a 15-minute time limit on it. For some reason, the idea of a falls count anywhere title, because that's kind of what the high-speed title is to me right now, it's the falls count anywhere title. It reminds me of the 24/7 title, get pinned anywhere, anytime. But I'm okay with the idea of we do the high-speed championship beat 10-minute, 15 minutes, any kind of stipulation. But this isn't about a title. This is about 2 former friends, 2 former tag team champions going at it. And maybe Suzu's not just mad at May, but maybe Suzu's mad at Neo Genesis. before Neo Genesis, Suzu was, again, a wild card. She was tearing it up in prominence. And like I said previously, she was tearing it up as an individual. Yes, she tagged with May. Yes, she tagged with Micah. Yes, she tagged with Megan Bain. She even tagged with Julia every here and there. But Suzu was still Suzu. And maybe in her eyes, it all went down the hill. It all went down the drain when she joined Neo Genesis, when she put a label on what she was doing, on who she was representing. And May is just here for the vibes. And I feel bad because May Sierra is one of the most, I want to say, highlights. Yeah, she's like one of the biggest highlights for me when it comes to like a wrestler, like enjoying what they do. Because whether it's like comedy stuff, whether it's actually putting on like one of the best matches out there, May Sierra is like top 5, top 10 for me currently going on in Stardom. And May, even though this currently isn't for the high speed title, I hope down the line it is, or last second becomes for the high speed title. So that's why it's on Queendom. There's Queendom predictions. But I can talk about how I feel and how my heart is broken over the loss of Crazy Star. But I gotta give my predictions. I gotta give a winner. And I think Suzu Suzuki is going to be taking this W home. And this will be the first of many on her, I guess, rebirth. She has a new faction with, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the other person's name, but it involves the newest rookie, Akira, Miyu, damn, I don't want to say Yamashita, that's wrong. But Miyu, and not Miyu Amasaki either. But, and then I forgot the fourth person, my apologies. But yeah, this new faction might just take over. They might just bring back the badassery that was Suzu Suzuki, and maybe it all starts with beating May Sierra. But that's my thoughts for this first match. It's a no DQ match, so believe we will be getting hardcore. Now let's go on to the next match. It's for the Future of Stardom Championship. It is the quick striker, the baby Shuri, if you will. The girl that's got everything to prove, Rani Yagami. Which I don't know what you're supposed to call a Rani Yagami fan. Someone please find like the team name for a Rani Yagami fan. I really hope like that becomes a thing, because I know for like Kyle Fletcher it's like Fletchlights. But let me know what you call a Rani Yagami fan versus the student, the kid that's got class at 5, but she'll kick your ass at 8. It is defending champion, Future of Stardom champion, Hina. And both of these women are a part of the same faction. So this is a God's Eye match. If there's one thing I love about God's Eye that separates them from, I want to say, currently all the other factions, it's that when it comes to God's Eye, they could either fight everybody or they can fight each other. The goal is to prove you are the strongest and why you belong. And the fact that it's Hina versus Rani Yagami so early, again, this doesn't dismantle God's Eye. If anything, it makes them stronger. I loved every single one of God's Eye's preliminary matches, whether you were doing Rani Yagami and Tomoka Naba versus Hina and Shuri and Rani Yagami versus Lady C and Hina, Hina and Shuri versus Rani Yagami and Lady C. Like, just all of these matches just kept getting me excited. Like, God's Eye might be like in my top 3 favorite factions currently going on in Stardom right now. And just to shout out quick, Jason from Red Belt Radio, where we talked about members and factions and who stands out the most, if you guys haven't, go check out that video. I said that Ronnie Agami stands out the most to me because she fights as if she has the most to prove to Shuri. And nothing, to me at least, shows that you have something to prove to someone than beating someone else in the group and taking their title. It's no hard feelings. It's just, I got to show that I'm the best. I got to pull my own weight. And honestly, again, the most to prove to Shuri. Because if you can't impress Shuri, if you can't make Shuri go, I'm glad you're in God's eye, then why are you here? But with that being said, I actually have Ronnie Agami winning. And I want to say like Hina's going to have just as much as a dominant run as Rina and Hanan. But I don't need the record being broken again. I like records at least standing for at least 5 years. And I think Hina will be an excellent future of Stardom champion if she ever holds the belt again. But I'm a lot more curious to see if Ronnie Agami gets this belt. What can she do? There's a lot of the new generation that Ronnie Agami is associated with, and there's a long line where Ronnie Agami can run back old matches, like, for example, Sayaka Kurara. Who knows? Maybe Sayaka Kurara uses her wish on the on the future of Stardom title, whatever that wish may be. Next is a non-Stardom title. It is the Sendai Girls World Championship featuring defending champion Chihiro Mashimoto versus Stardom's Power Girl, Maika. I don't know how else to put this other than they better reinforce this ring. They better like double, triple, quadruple stack this ring because there's going to be a lot of heavy slams. It's a power match, for God's sakes. And how many times do you get to say this person outpowered Maika? It's not every day you get people being able to slam and throw Maika with ease. Like, yes, we've had our Saidas, our Utamis, our Julias, our Shuris. Yes, they can do that. But the way I've seen Hashimoto power in Sendai Girls, because yes, I do occasionally watch whenever I hear one of my favorites or someone who can potentially catch my eye does something in another promotion. I gotta check real quick. And if I'm just going off on one match, I would probably go back and look at Sari and Hashimoto versus Sariano and Natsupoi. That was Natsupoi's return match. And for some reason, I tell myself, why did she take the most damage? Like, my God. But that's not going to be so easy here in Maika's case, because when you go power for power, blow for blow, slam for slam, I don't think it's going to be that easy. So Chihiro is this absolute tank. I'm not going to say it's an immovable object versus an unstoppable force. To me, these two are unstoppable forces. And I actually have Hashimoto winning this. Hopefully this humbles Maika just a bit. I do think Maika's like one of the most humble people ever. But I need that realization to kick in where it's like, oh God, there's people stronger than me. Like I need Maika to then go like on a training montage. Because 5-star is just around the corner. It's not that far away. And I need Maika to lock the fuck back in. But yeah, I got Hashimoto winning this. Also, guys, as I'm talking, feel free to comment down below because I do see we have 9 people viewing. Next, we have for the Goddess of Stardom Championships, it is Wingori, Hanan, and Saida defending champions versus FWC, Fukuoka with Crazy, Hazuki, and Koguma. Now, I know Tom Lawler doesn't like the bear. I still don't get the bear after all these years. And I know there's people out there that watch Hazuki and think, man, Hazuki's pretty cool. I know there's Stardom marks out there that say that. all I can say about this match is this is stars versus stars, so similar to God's Eye versus God's Eye. They don't really mind fighting each other, but the difference between God's Eye and stars is it's not as willing as we all think. Wingori has a mission to, one, show they're one of the best tag teams, two, to fix stars, and as much as this says for the Gods of Stardom Championships, which is the tag titles basically, I get this strangest feeling that this feels more like it's Hazuki versus Hanan. And I don't mind that it feels like that. I'm just more on the side of, if this is a tag team match, I would love for Saida and Koguma to also, air out their grievances, whether it be with stars or with one another, or maybe it's with their own partners. Because the way I'm walking into AllStar Grand Queendom here, it's these girls, well, specifically Saida and Koguma, they're going to fight for about maybe 5 minutes most, tag out, and never get back tagged in. Because that's just the vibes that Hanan and Hazuki have been giving. And I've been wondering for just a little bit, if I'm trying to remember, if Hazuki loses, will she leave Stars? Like, I know this isn't like this isn't a loser leaves faction match. This is a, just a regular tag team title match. But could this loss possibly push Hazuki out of Stars? And one moment, guys. Okay, now I'm back. So I just want to go back to this real quick because my friend just told me, but it's not me. That's why I was getting confused. Suzuki is aligned with Rina Yamashita, Akira, and I'm still forgetting the last person, so might be on that. But going back to this, could a loss to Hanan, specifically Hazuki getting pinned by Hanan, be the thing that pushes Hazuki out of Stars and either go freelance, do her own thing, or maybe she joins Suzu Suzuki's faction? That's actually why I had to, go back to that. Because if there's one thing about Crazy Girl Suzu, she knows an eye for danger. Just like others have an eye for talent, Suzu has an eye for danger. And Hazuki is one of the most dangerous people in that ring. But who do I have winning this? I actually have FWC winning this. Just they're the better experienced tag team. They're multi-time Goddess of Stardom champions. They've won Goddess Tag League before. Wow. I do want to credit Wingori on being former New Blood Tag champs. Hazuki and Koguma know those high-profile matches, those everything, those everything's on the table kind of matches. While Wingori are still just getting adjusted to that. If you guys really want to count it, Hanan's just recently hit the main event scene last year, winning Cinderella and facing Sariano in one of the best Wonder of Stardom title matches. And Saida tends to be stagnant from time to time, while Hazuki and Koguma are constantly elevated. But yeah, that's why I got FWC winning this. Hopefully I'm wrong, though. Hopefully I'm wrong. All right, guys, we are about to hit the big three. So to start us off, it is for the World of Stardom Championship in a career versus career match, where it is Saida versus Tam Nakano. Saya Kamitani versus Tam Nakano. For everything on the line, career, titles, everything. And it's not like it's title versus career. It's career versus career and title. Like it's gone so far. It's ran so deep that this is it. This is the end of the line, the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, anybody that had plans for Tam Nakano possibly, showing up in WWE to have one more match with Julia, gone out the window. Anybody that was hoping for an Aphrodite reunion, if maybe Sai Kamitani loses, she gets out of Stardom, she goes to Marigold and she reunites with Utami, gone out the window. Anyone just hoping for either of them to be in a wrestling ring, gone. It's all over. It's all or nothing here. That's what this match should be called, all or nothing. But this story has ran so far. It's ran years. It's ran from the Wonder of Stardom Championship to now. There's so many things that have gone on. From the moment Saya Kamitani won the Wonder of Stardom Championship to when Tam Nakano won the World of Stardom Championship to Utami leaving to Sai Kamitani's injury, so many of these things. I don't know what's the final chapter here. All I know is that there must be a final chapter. I have loved Sai Kamitani as a heel. I was wrong. I thought that the Golden Phoenix that stuttered her words and was a walking info leak and just constantly cried, I thought she can't be a heel. But no, this goth, satanic crow killed my favorite faction. I'm going to forever keep holding that. And is maybe on the way to ending the cutest in the cosmos, the craziest in the cosmos. And it might all just be over after AllStar Grand Queendom. But there's not much I can say other than this. There's not much I can say other than this, that win, lose, draw. Well, there's not going to be a draw. Win or lose. Thank you, Sai Kamitani, and thank you, Tam Nakano, for the matches and the story that you guys have given us. For you guys that don't like Tam lore, I'm sorry, but Tam is one of the best storytellers in Stardom because she goes above and beyond, whether it be backstage conferences, backstage interviews, conferences, social media. Like, she tells the story. But with that being said, I think the story ends. That's the final chapter of Tam Nakano. So thank you, Tam Nakano, and the Golden Phoenix is dead, but this era is still just getting started. Next is the co-main event, guys, and I feel like I'm going to get some flack for this, but I don't care. The co-main event is for the IWGP Women's Championship. It is the Stardom Terminator, Shuri, versus the Stardom Icon, the longest reign. No, wait. Yes, she is the Stardom Icon. Yes, she is the longest reigning IWGP Women's Champion. But I got to go further than this. She is the longest reigning IWGP Champion in New Japan Stardom history. That means she has held her title longer than the record of the IWGP Tag Team Championships, Junior Championship, Junior Tag Championships, United States Intercontinental Championship, and yes, that does mean world. Mai Iwatani has held her title longer than the Rainmaker himself, guys. What's that? Okay, I'm back. And back to what I was saying. So this means Mayu Iwatani has held her title longer than just about every IWGP champion in New Japan, going all the way from juniors to heavyweights. And yes, that does mean she has broken Kazuchika Okada's 720-day record. So, to again shout out Jason of Red Belt Radio for this incredible nickname, the Immortal Champion, Mayu Iwatani. And guys, just in case you forgot this, Mayu Iwatani versus Shuri is Top for Glory's 2024 Women's Match of the Year from last year. What's up, Albert? So let's just keep that in mind. This is round 2. It took a year, but Shuri is finally back to the IWGP Women's Championship against a stronger, faster, better Mayu. Mayu Iwatani is, dare I say, on another level. When I talk about, who should be Women's Wrestler of the Year, I promise you, Mayu Iwatani is not far in that list. Whether I'm arguing, petitioning for Mayu to be Women's Wrestler of the Year here on Top for Glory, or I'm on another podcast talking about it with 6, 7 other guys a part of a committee, Mayu Iwatani is in this list. She's on the hill that I'm willing to die on. There's so many things I can talk about when it comes to Mayu, but there's so many things I'm looking forward to when it comes to Shuri, because this is the most locked in I've seen Shuri since she won the red belt. And she decided to kick ass 3-4 months into her reign. It was so good that people said her red belt reign became boring. You know why it became boring to some people? Because she beat your favorites early. And Shuri did beat Mayu. Shuri did beat Julia. Shuri started this by beating Utami. She beat Tam Nakano. I call her the Stardom Terminator for a reason. But there is also a reason why Mayu Iwatani has now earned the name the Immortal Champion. Athena is the Forever Champion. Mayu stands right next to her as the Immortal Champion. And there's only one thing I can say about this match. If Shuri cannot win this, I don't know how we're getting the belt off of Mayu. Bias aside, I thought she was losing at Wrestle Kingdom. But Mayu keeps proving me wrong. And god damn, I keep being wrong. So if the Stardom Terminator can't do it, with her being the most locked in she's been since 2022, enjoy the reign of the forever immortal champion, Mayu Iwatani. And it may sound like I want her to lose, like I want the belt off of her. But in reality, no, I actually want Mayu to win. Why? Because I enjoy what wrestling is today. I enjoy the fact that Thunder Rock runs the world. And what I mean by that is Mayu Iwatani and Io Sky stand on top of women's wrestling together. Not as tag team champions, but as world champions in separate promotions. And I like to think that that will be the image of women's wrestling for quite some time. So, if not Shuri, then who? But I do have Mayu Iwatani winning this. The Immortal Champion. All right, guys, so we're about to hit the main event. And we have had a whole lot of viewers watching this, from 7 to 10 people. I saw us hit 12 at one point. Albert, thank you for commenting. We're about to hit the main event, and I know I'm going to get some shit for this, but some of you guys probably knew this was coming. I probably was never going to fight anyone on this. I was never going to try to change the order of how I was going to put this match, but I've covered the world. I've covered the IWGP. So there's only one match left that I got to do. It is for the Wonder of Stardom Championship and the leadership of Neo Genesis. And in case you guys haven't been paying attention to Top 4, maybe you guys have, I have not covered a Stardom show properly since December. So I haven't done this intro in God knows how long. So I'll first off be talking about the defending champion. It's the Sky Tiger, the White Sky Tiger, the defending Wonder of Stardom champion, the arguably already on the path of having one of the greatest reigns out there. It is no longer Stars, no longer Oedo Tai. It's her own faction representing Neo Genesis, Starlight Kid. And so I also got to read comments as this is hitting the main event. Thunder Rock really run the world right now. Io and Mayu both in their prime. It's amazing to see, unless you're Kevin Nash. Yeah, pretty much. Logan, what's up, man? Hello, Sidecom Tiny Win, and maybe Tim Nakano show and got Marigold show and sorry, Logan, can't happen. This is a retirement, dude. No more. There's nothing after Saya versus Tam. There's no other shows. There's no WWE. There's no nothing. It's retirement. Unless you're Ric Flair, then you get to retire like 7 times. But introducing her challenger, she's the high-speed bomb girl, the high-speed ace. She is goddamn undeniable. At one point, she was a queen. She is fast as fucking, having the most defenses for the high-speed title. No, I haven't done these intros in so damn long. But, she's still the queen we love, the queen we need, the queen we deserve. She's Stardom fan public enemy number 1 for some reason. Guys, it's not AZM, you fucks. It is... It is Azumi. And dear God, what else do I say? Oh, wait. I know what I do say. What I say to a lot of you guys, and you guys probably know this, as someone who sat here and can name you everybody that Azumi has beaten, and this is her first Wonder of Stardom Championship match. Let me start off by saying,
I prayed for this and it happened.
I prayed for her to get an IWGP title match. I prayed for her to get a Wonder of Stardom Championship match. There is an agenda I am pushing, but I cannot show that image. I cannot continue pushing that agenda until all the pieces are in place for Azumi's proper destino. This match between forever foes. And leadership. There's going to be a lot of things I'm probably going to quote myself off of from Red Belt Radio. Again, shout out Jason. Azumi's beaten so many people. So many. And this is her first Wonder of Stardom Championship match. There is not a lot of things I can argue for, but when it comes to why Azumi should be a former red belt champion, white belt champion right now, I can go to hell and back. I can argue why Starlight Kid is probably one of the greatest prodigies. I know a lot of you guys talk about Roxanne Perez, but honestly, that's one of my dream matches. Give me Starlight Kid versus Roxanne Perez, the prodigies versus prodigies. This match can maybe, just maybe, do the little damage that was done because I never got to see Azumi become Queen's Quest leader. And maybe because I never got to see Starlight Kid become leader of Oedo Tai. Someone gets to be leader here after so damn long for waiting. Someone here gets to be a champion. But that's why, after so long, after so many matches, I got to end it with Azumi winning this because Starlight Kid has yet to beat Azumi, I think. One moment. There we go. Don't know why I was getting that weird notification about my audio lowering. But yeah, Azumi has yet to lose to Starlight Kid. To win her first high speed title, she beat Starlight Kid in a triple threat against her, herself, and Riho. Then she won the high speed title against Starlight Kid at I'm forgetting what's the proper name, Cinderella Journey, which I think is still like their best high speed title match. Then she then beat her in the Triangle Derby semi main event. If Azumi wins the Wonder of Stardom title and becomes a double champ, would it not be surprising if SOK goes into a program versus Hazuki? Honestly, I would love for SOK and Hazuki to do something, but because I have the agenda to push right now, that's gonna have to be on pause right now. And this is Azumi's greedy year. This is the year where Azumi wins the white belt, and if not that, the strong belt, and if not that, the red belt. Because not only has she challenged for a white belt, she is also going after Mercedes Moné. She has also pinned Sai Kamitani. So keep that in the back of your mind, guys. If those two things don't come to fruition, the Azumi 5-star agenda is still coming to be. But there's so many things I need to happen at AllStar Grand Queendom. But the number one thing I need is to hear. 1 second, guys. Because don't know why I keep hearing this. I remember. But if there's one thing I need at AllStar Grand Queendom, it's by the end of this match, I need to hear, without a doubt, without any argument, I need to hear and new Wonder of Stardom champion. That's the agenda. I need Azumi white belt. I know there are so many people that want others to win that white belt, but I've waited long enough. I've watched a lot of people finish their stories. It's time Azumi wins. Starlight Kid is an amazing talent, and I pray that she becomes Neogenesis's Neogenesis second in command or co-captain, whatever you need. Personally, I don't really care that much about the leadership of it. I care more about the white belt. But with all that being said, guys, Azumi 5-star would be a huge deal, even if winning the New Japan Strong. Yeah. But there is a lot I'm looking forward to in this. You guys can tell me what you guys are looking forward to. I had a lot of fun looking forward to talking about this. Thank you guys for listening to the Stardom All-Star Grand Queendom predictions, guys. I know I didn't really drop the socials at the pre-main event. I guess I was just way too excited to talk about Azumi versus SOK being the match of the night, the show stealer, if you will. And yes, I shotgunned my way into putting Azumi in the main event of Talk for Glory. I know there's someone out there that's going to try and call me out on it. But, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you do one of the most important things when it comes to Talk for Glory. That's follow the socials. You guys can follow myself at Enigma_before_ and Youngsmith TFG on his Twitter. You guys can follow myself at Enigma_before. Then you guys can follow me on my Twitch and his Twitch at Enigma_before_ and Smoove A1 is his Twitch. Then you guys can add us on Xbox. If you guys love gaming, add him, Smoove A1, add me, Enigma B4. Remember, guys, not just on YouTube, but also on Spotify. You guys can follow Talk for Glory, because wherever there's a podcast, wherever there's wrestling, there is Talk for Glory. And with all that being said, guys, I hope you all stay safe, have a great day and or night, because time zones are weird. And most importantly, even though some of you guys actually don't, but most importantly, enjoy wrestling.